Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another video review. Today we're going to be looking at the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Q parentheses wheeljack. I'm definitely just going to refer to him as Q because he doesn't really feel like wheeljack to me. But I'll take a quick look at the packaging on that new Studio Series package. Transformer Studio Series wheeljack Q. And there we got the vehicle mode, there we got his render, there we got that render again. Always kind of found him a little unsettling as far as how he actually looks. There we got some logos and stuff. He's deluxe class. We got our legal jargon on the bottom, we got our logos on the top, and here we have our product shots along with a little bio and a screen cap there. But yeah, it's your new packaging, so yay! Do have a little Mercedes-Benz sticker there, and does it say exactly what model this is? I don't think it does, but it is a Mercedes-Benz, so I don't keep up with the exact vehicles anymore. And we do get our lovely instructions. So there is all of that. But here he is, and he does come with a couple accessories. He comes with this like weird polearm spear thing that you can plug into his hand, like so. And I think it also plugs into his back. I'm trying to remember what. Right. There's a little groove tab hole here. There's a tab, so you can squeeze that in, and that is the same storage for vehicle mode, but I will show that again in a bit. And it does have this sort of blaster looking thing as well. Okay, fine, lay down. And this does peg in. There's this little peg and this little hole, so you can peg them together if you so choose, like so, just to keep everything condensed, which is neat. But here we have the figure himself, and we'll take a quick look at him. He's got lots of molded detail there. He does have the static slanted feet, so no ankle tilt, sad face. Does got a little bit of gold there on like his crotch belt area. He does have like a sort of utility belt molded in there. Does have his golden mustache painted along with his silver Einstein hair and a little bit of blue for those eyes. I think that's coming across at least a little bit. But yeah, not too bad. As far as articulation goes, we can move these shoulders up. Not really gonna get, you can kind of get 360, but it's more if you stick the arm straight out than anything. Do get some elbow swivel. His elbows are on a hinge and a ball joint, so there is plenty of movement there for that. Nothing at the actual hands. Head is, yeah, it looks like it's a ball joint, but the way his neck is molded, it's basically just up and down. It's like I can see the ball joint under his chin, but he's got like actual molded sides of his neck, so it doesn't really get much side to side, so it's basically just up and down. He can kick that far forward, does get under 90 degrees at the knee, do have a thigh swivel, and can go that far out with colliding. Does look like, yeah, he's got a ball jointed hip, so plenty of movement there. He does get a little bit of up and down at the toe, so there is that. And let's see, yeah, it doesn't look like he gets a waist rotation. Yeah, no, that's all a solid piece. So, but he does get some posability there. But yeah, that's I think about it. We'll do a quick size comparison here. Here he is with movie wheeljack and movie wheeljack parentheses Pablo. And yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Pablo, Q, wheeljack. That's just me. I don't hate these characters, they just don't wheeljack for me, if that makes sense. Wheeljack. So yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the robot mode. So let's go ahead and move on to the transformation. And there's one thing I want to mention about the transformation, and it's first of all, as far as Studio Series goes, this is the first one in a while that has not had some huge glaring flaw that just kind of ruins the overall experience for me. At first I thought he did because of the way these shoulder pads clip in. It's the first couple times, like, I thought it was gonna break, it didn't want to go, but it's actually just very snug, and once it actually like slips into place, it's fine. Like, I was worried about it at first, but it's actually not as big of a problem as I thought. So he actually has a fun transformation. So first of all, we are going to want to get his backpack all sorted. So we're going to sort of move these shoulders up and wiggle this around. Do watch for those mirrors. Just do the same on the other side. Just sort of wiggle this around. And for some reason, this side catches more than the other. But yeah, you want to get these up and out like that. Now he has he's got the biggest shoulder pads in the world. But yeah, then we're going to just sort of bring this whole assembly up. You want to make sure that that windshield piece there is sort of flush. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring these arms back like so. Then I think we want to deal with the legs before we actually finish up with the arms. But with the legs, you're going to lift this piece here with the tail lights back. Then you are going to turn his leg about 90 degrees, and then you can fold that foot inward like so. And then you're going to fold the heel in the rest of the way. Then you're going to turn that leg the rest of the way, and then bring that tail light piece down, and it will click into place. So just to rinse and repeat, we turn this 90 degrees, fold this in, finish that turn, click that into place. Now we got that bottom part done, and we can just sort of squeeze these legs together. Make sure that it all comes together, like so. Gonna make sure that these skirt pieces stay in. But yeah, with the arms, you're gonna want to make sure that that ball joint section is facing upward towards the windshield, because you're gonna use that extra hinge to basically do a double hinge fold over kind of situation, like so. And then you're gonna tab that roof of the car together like so, if it'll cooperate. Come on, can you dip it? And then, yeah, I think that's all correct. And then you're basically gonna, there's two little teeths right here and right here. You can sort of see them. Yeah, they're there. Teeths that are gonna peg in. Get your teeths in there. And then you can bring this windshield down like so. And then you're going to bring this whole assembly around. And then you're going to bring the front of the car, this is on a double hinge piece here, you're going to bring that down, sort of flip this around. And then, yeah, it might sort of screw up the whole alignment here. But yeah, you're going to bring that double hinge down and flip it around. As you can see, the back wheels are right here, and I do believe this needs to tab in. Yeah, I think there's like a little molded tab right here. It's gonna peg into the arm. But yeah, we want to make sure this is all lined up, make sure that this is laid out flat. Yep, there we go. Get all this lined up. make sure that this is tabbing in. Oh yeah, there's also a tab right here. It's right here on the wheel, and there's a little groove right here in the wheel well. So you're gonna want to squeeze all of this together. Gonna want to squeeze all of this together. And this is the part right here that I was talking about. This part here. At first, it really felt like it was way too tight and was gonna cause problems, but once you give it a little bit of a push, it actually just clicks into place very solidly. Yeah, see, that one's giving me a little bit of resistance. So don't be afraid to push it. See, there it goes. And yeah, there it goes. The vehicle mode looks nice and snug, and it's actually an enjoyable transformation. There's no huge problem this time. But yeah, here we have our little car. So there is that. And we'll do another quick size comparison. So here we are next to the APC Viacon. Give you an idea of how that holds up. I should have brought my Dark of the Moon sound wave. That would have been a good one. Too late now. Get that out of the way. And here he is next to movie Wheeljack. And here he is next to Pablo. I hate his transformation. I'm not doing it. You can't make me. But yeah, decent little size. And of course, we need to talk about the accessories again. And as mentioned, not this side, but this side, there is this little square groove and a little square peg. And you just sort of, actually, let's do this so that the thing isn't scraping the ground, and then you just sort of, come on. Yeah, it's busy. There we go. And now you have his accessory storage. So yeah, and rolls pretty well, as a rolling vehicle should. And we'll take another quick look at the vehicle here. We do have that Mercedes symbol painted on right there. Do get some paint there on the grill and some silver for the headlights. Does have the clear plastic windows, but they're super tinted. I don't know why they didn't just paint them black, but whatever. And then, well, it looks like we actually got a make E550. So yeah, nice paint for the taillights. And we do get some silver on that rim there. And we do have visible head syndrome. Oh no. But yeah, you can sort of see just kind of folded up underneath, which tends to be kind of standard for these Bayformers. There's a lot of folding up inside of a shell because due to the contracts, they have to make the car look all nice, and the robot suffers for it. But hey, it is what it is. At least they look better than they used to. I do not have the original figure. I don't know how readily available that was. Dark of the Moon is actually the movie that put me off for several years, so I don't have a lot of those original figures. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, overall, this is the Studio Series toy that I've liked the most for a little while. As far as the Bayformers go, the 86 line is usually fine. But yeah, I actually enjoy his entire transformation. There's not some, you know, everything is great but situation. It's actually solid all the way through. So, very happy about that. Definitely recommend. I think my personal givings about the character and design aside, I think the figure itself is a solid 9 out of 10. I really think it's a good figure. Again, I see this as Q, not Wheeljack. I'm not really a fan of his overall design, but the toy itself is solid. Yes. Yes. So I think that's about it for this review. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. But yeah, this is my review of the Dark of the Moon Q/Wheeljack, and this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.